She texted me. I maxed out your credit card on a girl's trip to Miami. You make enough. I stared at my phone. Not angry. Just silent. I replied, glad you had fun. And that's when I started planning. 2 weeks later, 2 detectives walked into her office, and the look on her face? Worth every cent she stole. If you've ever had someone take advantage of your kindness, if you've ever been disrespected by someone who thought they could walk all over you, hit that like button. Because today's story, it's about betrayal, sweet justice, and a man who turned one text into the most satisfying revenge I've ever heard. When I first met Samantha, she was magnetic, the kind of person who walked into a room and made everyone else fade into the background. We met through mutual friends, hit it off fast, and within a few months she'd practically moved in. At first, I loved having her around. She'd joke about our place and talk about the future like it was already written. But there were red flags, little ones, like when we'd go out to dinner, she'd forget her wallet, or when her online shopping boxes kept piling up at the door with my name on the receipts. I told myself it was love, that I was being generous, that couples share things. Big mistake. Because generosity, in the wrong hands, just looks like permission. Fast forward 8 months. I'm working long hours at my finance job, saving up for a house, trying to build something real. Meanwhile, Samantha decides she needs a girls' trip to Miami. I tell her, go ahead, have fun, just stay within budget, okay? She smiles, kisses me, and says, of course, baby. I'm not like those girls who drain their boyfriends. Right. A few days later, I check my credit card app. 9,142.76 charged in 4 days, luxury hotel, designer boutiques, bottle service at nightclubs. And just when I'm trying to process it, my phone buzzes. Hey babe, don't freak out, but I maxed out your card. The girls convinced me. You make enough, right? No apology. No shame, just entitlement. And something inside me went quiet. That calm, deadly kind of quiet you feel right before you decide you're done being someone's doormat. I sat on the edge of my bed, staring at that message. My first instinct was to explode, to yell, to call her names. But instead, I took a deep breath and thought, if I lose my temper, she wins. People like her feed on drama. They twist your anger into justification for their own behaviour. So I decided to play it differently. I texted back, glad you had fun. No anger, no confrontation, just confusion on her part. And that's when I started building the trap. Step 1. I logged into my bank account and downloaded every transaction from that weekend. Step 2. I took screenshots of our messages, every line where she admitted to using the card. Step 3. I called my bank. Calm, polite, professional. I explained that my card had been used without my permission, that the person admitted to the charges, and I wanted to report it as stolen. They froze the account immediately and filed a report. Then, I went one step further. I went to the local police station, sat down with an officer, showed him everything, the screenshots, the receipts, the texts. He asked, so you're saying your girlfriend stole your card? I replied, no, officer. I'm saying someone I trusted committed fraud. He nodded slowly. That's theft. And that's how the official police report began. Meanwhile, Samantha came back from Miami glowing like she'd just won the lottery. She walked in with a tan, new designer sunglasses, and a shopping bag that probably cost more than my rent. She kissed me on the cheek and said, don't be mad, babe. I'll make it up to you. I smiled. Don't worry about it. I already handled it. She blinked. Handled what? I shrugged. The card issue. The bank's taking care of it. The tiniest flicker of confusion crossed her face. Wait, what do you mean, the bank? I just smiled. You'll see. 2 days later, I got a call from Samantha. Her voice was shaky. Did you report your card stolen? I said, Yeah. Why? She hissed. They froze my account. The hotel charged back the payment and said the police called them. What the hell did you do? I kept my tone calm. You used a stolen card, Sam. That's fraud. I didn't do anything wrong. She screamed into the phone. I'm your girlfriend. And I said, You were. Now you're a suspect. Click. A few days later, Samantha called again. But this time she wasn't angry. She was terrified. Her voice cracked as she whispered, 2 detectives came to my office. They showed them the texts. My boss was right there. I could almost see the panic dripping from her voice. Apparently, the police had come to verify her statement about the charges, and she tried to play innocent until they showed her the message. I maxed out your credit card. You make enough. That single text sealed her fate. Her company put her on administrative leave while they investigated her moral conduct. Her friends stopped answering her calls. And me? I sat on my couch, sipping coffee, finally feeling something I hadn't in months. Peace. Of course, Samantha tried damage control. She posted cryptic Instagram stories about being betrayed by someone who couldn't handle a strong woman. She texted me that she'd just made a mistake and that I took it too far. But the thing about actions, once they're out there, you can't spin them. I didn't respond. I didn't gloat. I just moved on. Because sometimes silence hurts more than revenge ever could. But in this case, I had both. A month later, I got a call from the same officer I'd spoken to. He said, Just wanted to let you know the case was closed. She agreed to a plea deal, restitution and probation. Translation. She had to pay back every dollar, plus legal fees, plus her job's reputation was in ashes. The irony? She'd texted me that I make enough. Now she was paying me back, with interest. People often ask if I felt guilty, if maybe I should have just talked to her. But here's what I learned. When someone shows you they see you as a wallet, not a partner, believe them the first time. Because generosity without respect isn't kindness. It's fuel for manipulation. So no, I didn't feel guilty. I just whispered, Glad you had fun, and hit block. Karma doesn't always wear a cape. Sometimes it just arrives in a detective's badge. And if you've ever had someone steal your trust, or your credit card, just remember, the best revenge isn't anger, it's accountability. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button. It really helps the channel out. And tell me in the comments, what would you have done in his place? Subscribe for more true revenge stories that remind us, karma might be late, but it never misses.